how are you not winning these tournaments if you're like
Right.
supposedly the best of the best? Like that should be like I'm saying when these guys go to live, and you're looking at okay, like I don't have to compete with this guy anymore. Now I have a way better chance of winning. Well, guess what? Max Homa hasn't won in a while. Rory hasn't won in a while. Justin Thomas hasn't. Like, what are we doing? Yeah, the PGA Tour has a problem, and if I have to use the media guide to see who wins this week at the Arnold Palmer, then it's time to ring the alarm bell because we have an official
Yeah.
like problem. How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to episode 4 of Claws Connect. We're remote again. We're keeping you on your toes. You don't know where we're going to be each week. We're either here doing remote or we're at X Golf. Busy week this week. We're working on our pretty much our biggest redrop for the claw ball. So yeah, we're busy, and we're just kind of shooting content. I got a YouTube video I'm editing right now, so yeah, sometimes it doesn't work out for us to get to X Golf, but we did play golf there, and that's going to be coming very soon. So
That was a lot of fun yesterday. Yeah, getting that stuff shot. I'm excited for. And this is Joe, by the way. What's up, everyone?
what up?
Uh, we're we're like really wanting to get out and play and like
Yes,
have that as something for you guys to check out. I mean, it's obviously fun for us to actually be swinging clubs instead of sitting in
yes,
chairs.
exactly.
But I'm really stoked for that.
We wanted to get out and play yesterday, but we
Oh
didn't.
man,
We weren't successful with that. Yeah,
yeah,
we
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 touched
tried.
70 degrees.
Yeah, 70 degrees here in Michigan, which is just absolutely unreal for early
Yeah.
March. So it's spring is here. It feels like next week's gonna be a little bit colder, but yeah, we'll still be playing kind of indoors at X Golf, and yeah, got a lot of exciting content coming for you. Exciting episode coming for you this week. We're at Bay Hill this week for the PGA Tour, which is always a fun tournament. Tiger always used to dominate it, so that made it really fun. That kind of probably set it up at like the top of the bar in terms of tournaments you want to watch and players wanted to play. Now that's not the case, obviously, with Tiger not playing this week, which is unfortunate. They weren't sure if he was going to. It was like a last minute thing, and maybe he'll play in the Players. If not, we'll see him in the Masters. But I'm hoping the PGA Tour has a good week this week. We need a good tournament. I feel like the last few weeks, I mean, been a couple duds on the PGA Tour, to say the
Yeah,
least.
yeah.
The Cognizant, we'll recap that here in a sec, but yeah, we're gonna recap the Cognizant this week. Little Live Golf recap. Anthony Kim being back this past week. Got a lot of headlines. Probably got a lot of people downloading the Live Golf Plus app, which is really, I mean, Live. I mean, if that happened in high quantities, that's like the win for Live. You know what I mean? Like, they just want people
Yeah.
downloading that app. So maybe they watch AK. He didn't play good, but now it's like, oh, maybe I'm not as interested in the PGA Tour as I thought. Maybe I'm gonna like look into this Live thing a little bit more. So just getting people to like download that app and watch AK is like the huge win. And I feel like that was, I mean, Live. I mean, if Anthony Kim does good, that'd be cool. But just the fact that they got a lot of eyeballs on Live this past weekend was huge. I saw some data. They use this new streaming partner called Caffeine TV, which is really big worldwide. They got millions of users, and it said 2 million people were watching, which I'm not really sure if that's 100% accurate because that'd be a lot of people. And I don't even know if that
Right.
many people like watch, but I think it's kind of like
Yeah.
a view on or like an impression on Twitter or something. It's like, okay, they might have like glanced over it, but not really sure they were like
Yeah.
fully watching
Yeah.
it, you know. Um,
I don't
but
I don't want to I don't want to like start conspiracy theories, but I can
yeah,
totally see some like some farms, some like click farms
yeah,
out in
some bots.
wherever. Yeah,
Yeah,
somebody's got 10 computer screens in front of them all logged in watching. So whatever. I like
yeah.
that's a
I mean,
huge show. That's a
I
huge
mean,
show.
AK gets a lot of eyeballs, so that's, I mean, the first thing. Let's just kind of jump right into first thing. Let's talk about the Cognizant a little bit. Cognizant,
Yeah,
I
sure.
mean, didn't really watch much of it. I knew kind of going into the week it was going to be kind of a weaker field. I mean, Rory and Ricky were probably two of the biggest names there. And I mean, Rory finished what, 7 off the lead. And I don't know where Ricky ended up finishing up, but he did. He had a couple good rounds in there, but I don't know, man. Like I feel like, I mean, I had to look up the guy that won again. I had no idea who Austin Eckroat was. Sorry, Austin Eckroat.
Yeah.
All respect to you, but
Yeah,
again, just another
we had
week.
some confusion. I made a joke earlier. Like first time I heard the name, I thought they were talking about the LA Chargers running back
Oh yeah,
Austin
right.
Eckler,
Austin Eckler.
but you're right. I mean, yeah, it was
Oh
a
man.
field of just like names, and again, so positive spin on it for me. Again, like watching live golf more consistently now, or like pro golf more consistently. It's like like it's the 101 treatment for me, where it's like I can start learning new people. I don't know. I
Yeah,
like, but it's like, but that's not for the like the lay watcher. It's like they want to see the bigger names,
right.
And you mentioned Rory, and
Yeah, Rory.
I
I
mean like
mean, yeah, this.
Patrick, yeah,
Yeah, Rory had to. I
Cameron
mean, he
Young,
had to win. Oh yeah, Cam Young. Yep, that's a big name. Um,
Mhm.
and but I mean, Cam Young hasn't won on the PGA Tour yet. So like, yeah, he's a big name, but I mean, how are you
Yeah,
not winning on some of these fields? Like, I'm sorry, but
yeah,
like, shouldn't these bigger names be kind of rising to the top now that all this talent has supposedly went to live? Like, don't you think
yeah,
that that would like ride? Like, wouldn't
yeah.
that
Like the
like there's
yeah,
less
like the
competition?
talent, yeah, the talent vacuum going on. Like it's just like that should be sucking the bigger names up to the top. I don't know what it is, and we didn't mention Jake Knapp either. I mean, he had a strong showing
Another top
coming off
five.
of last week's win. Yeah, so I mean, like he may have some staying power. Um,
Yeah.
I was gonna say too with we talked a little bit about the betting last week.
Mm-hmm.
That was one that I did. I had Cam Young beating Rory,
Okay.
like just head to head, and that was pretty tight. But really, like what I'll remember, a year from now about that tournament is Rory's like memeable moment where he was in the water, uh, and just
Oh,
like hit it up,
man.
and you see it come down the hill, and he just stares at it in just absolute disgust.
Yeah. I
So I
mean,
mean,
if you look at Rory, like,
it's a tough course though.
yeah, all fairness to him, uh, he played really good for the week. You take away that 7 that he made on the bear trap on number 16 on pretty sure that was Friday. And I mean he had a really good week. He was number 1 in tee to green for the week. So his ball striking is incredible right now. Wedge game still not where it needs to be. And his putting he's a little streaky putter. I mean, everybody knows that. But he easily could have been towards the top of the leaderboard if he just made a couple more putts and hadn't had those couple blow up holes. And really, like, he should have been. Like, this was almost like a glorified Corn Ferry Tour event this week. Like, no disrespect to any
Hot
of the.
take,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's a hot take, but I mean, I don't know if that is a hot take. I mean, I don't. I have to, like, I need like a encyclopedia or something for all these new, or just like a name
Yeah,
list
like
for
a
all
media
these.
guide.
Yeah, like a
Yeah,
media guide. Like,
yeah,
who are these people? Like, I don't know who
yeah,
these people are. And
yeah.
yeah, I feel like maybe with just, you would think that Rory's just licking his chops going into the week. Like, who do I got to beat? Like, Austin Eckroat, a guy last name Skins. Like, I don't know. Like,
Awesome golf name.
awesome golf
Awesome golf
name.
name, by the way.
Awesome golf name. Absolutely. But I don't know. It just seems like, how are you not winning these tournaments if you're like
Right.
supposedly like the best of the best? Like, that should be, like I'm saying, when these guys go to live, and you're looking at, oh, okay, like, I don't have to compete with this guy anymore. Now I have a way better chance of winning. Well, guess what? Max Homa hasn't won in a while. Rory hasn't won in a while. Justin Thomas hasn't. Like, what are we doing? Yeah, the PGA Tour has a problem, and if I have to use the media guide to see who wins this week at the Arnold Palmer, then it's time to ring the alarm bell because we have an official
Yeah,
like problem. But if somebody good wins this week, whether it's Scotty or Max Homa or something, somebody that moves the needle, like, we need a big win for the PGA Tour this week. Arnold Palmer signature event. And then you got Players right after that. Like, come on, like golf needs it. Like golf is
Yeah.
like
Well,
damaged right now.
yeah. Well, I don't want to like send things off the rails here, but
Oh, they're off.
do you think what do you think about the Full Swing documentary in the context of like the timing of like what's going on with PGA Tour right now? I mean, like, because
I mean,
I think it. I mean, they need it. I
it's
mean, because things are getting a little dry.
it couldn't be any better timing for the PGA Tour that Full
Yeah.
Swing's coming out this week because it's going to be like an adrenaline shot for kind of the world of golf. And it's just kind of that spark that I feel like people need to just realize like why they kind of fell in love with golf and why they fell in love with the PGA Tour in the first place. And just really
Yeah.
showcasing these players. Like you have to develop a relationship that people care about. Like I watch Drive to Survive all the time, and because of watching Drive to Survive, I watch more F1 because I have like this relationship with with these drivers, and I think the same can be said for Full Swing to where if you're watching it, it's like oh okay like I want to watch this more. I want to watch the PGA Tour more now because I feel like I have more connection. I feel like there's this disconnection right now between like the viewer and the golf. And I think Full Swing is really hopefully, and I feel like PGA Tour is just like, okay, this has to work. The Full Swing is good enough to where they can kind of develop that relationship again with the fan, whether they're casual or hardcore, and the product of the PGA Tour. So,
Yeah.
but it's
Yeah.
perfect timing.
And
What do you think? I mean,
yeah. And I've heard a family member sent me an article about the new season, and it sounds like it's just going to be amazing
oh yeah, for
for
sure.
for golf fans.
You sent me those
Um,
quotes. Here, let me pull them up.
yeah, yeah, and
So
like while you're bringing it up, I'll butcher it, but I mean they're saying that like the first season was very like foundation building and just like everything's good and this is golf and like their major storylines were like Colin Morikawa and Scotty Scheffler are different people, like I don't know, or Tony Finau, and it's just like they did these kind of just like very superficial things. But second season is going to be really get into the weeds and
right.
going to be pretty raw. Yeah,
So this quote says, "Season one felt like an entertaining but generic and surface level introduction to golf for new audiences. Season two is more of a lived-in, compelling narrative that gets into tough subjects and tells the complete story." So, if the former had an everything is great, like foofy, like yay vibe, season two is going to be a little more like raw, and it says it lets you hang out in the details of difficult moments, which is that's kind of like what I mean. I'm a Drive to Survive guy, and that's what Drive to Survive is. Like it's all about just like these. It's the rawness, right? Like it's the real stuff. Like it's not foofy,
yeah,
like yay, everything's great, and it's like people don't want to see that. Like people struggle with golf all the time, like
yeah,
they want to
yeah,
see the best in the world going through what they're going through because it just makes it more relatable.
yeah. And who was that? Who did that article? Was that the Atlantic?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay.
Yep.
I'll see if I can link to that in the newsletter, or we can do that in this
Yeah, for sure.
down in the notes below because it
Yeah.
was a really good. I mean, I think by the time this is out, episode one might be out, but whatever. It's streaming, like it's on demand. Everybody can watch it whenever they want. So yeah, I mean that's definitely a reason to be excited about that new season. I think too, like one of they did come out with a longer trailer for it last week,
Mm-hmm.
which I finally got around to watching, and I mean it's so rapid fire. There's so many different storylines that I can't wait to see.
I'm
I
ready
mean, like
for it.
the Joel Damon stuff, saying how much he just it's almost like he regrets agreeing to be on season one because now, I mean, he's his like not that he's a household name necessarily, but his name ID's gone up so much
Yeah.
that he's kind of annoyed. He's kind of annoyed, like not being able to fly under the radar at tournaments when he like does bad, So
And he's not playing good right now, unfortunately, for Joel
yeah, right.
Damon. So, yeah, I don't know. I'm hoping for a good week at Arnold Palmer. Like it's like, come on, we need it. The PGA Tour needs it. And then hopefully that's good momentum. We got a good full swing is good, and then we got good momentum. Arnold Palmer's a good tournament, and then we got good momentum going into the Players. Like, come on, not that
Right.
much to ask for.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
so, yeah, Live. Did you watch? Did you watch Live? Did AK get you to download the Live Golf Plus app?
I didn't. I in last week's or issue that we did, or last week's podcast, I was saying I was going to watch. Like I would finally watch one live, but that just was not feasible with the time difference
Yeah, and you
with
mentioned that in
Jeddah.
the
So
newsletter.
yeah. So I ended up watching highlights of it. It was like I don't love it. Like I'm not a huge fan. It's just I could see getting used to it. With the, I mean, like even like this, we talked about this. Like the scoreboard on the left side is just very like F1
Yeah,
race.
right.
With the teams, like the team symbols next to it, and the shifting and all that. It just felt very gamified in a sense. I don't know.
Yeah,
I and as far as the product, I mean, I don't think we mentioned it that like how bad Anthony Kim did. I mean, like I think on Sunday he did finally
poor
get a
AK.
couple of birdies.
Yeah,
I think he had more shanks than birdies, but like that's fine. I'm not going to crap on the dude.
poor
I mean,
AK.
he's been out for so long,
Yeah,
and I am looking forward to see his like, I mean, like the progression he'll make like once he gets settled in and everything. But man, yeah, 12 years will and changes how you look for sure. He like
he
I,
looked
I was
rough. He
watching
looked
the
rough.
yeah.
Yeah.
I
Um.
don't and I don't know like what he's been up to, since he's been away, but definitely grew the hair out.
Yeah.
That was a different look.
For sure.
I mean, and yeah, and just like seeing him in shorts and stuff, it just seemed like, he was out like weekend warrioring it with some buddies or something.
Right. Right. Yeah. I think he played better than he scored. Like I watched pretty
Okay,
much all of his
that's fair.
highlights, and I mean he hit some squirrely shots. Obviously, like he had a couple. I mean, yeah, he had a couple shanks, a couple kind of not so ideal kind of iron strikes from the middle of the fairway, which are pretty routine for most players. But I mean, it's first
Yeah,
time playing in a while. Like, let's wait before we like overreact and just like, oh my gosh, like what a terrible decision this was for Liv. Again, Liv doesn't like. It would be great if AK could get to the top and challenge and get in contention. That would be huge. Whoops, my
yeah,
mic. But they don't really care. Like I don't think. I think they just want people to just download the app and get some eyeballs on Live, and that's what Anthony Kim
yeah.
is doing. But I mean, I thought
Well, I
he
think
I
I
thought
think
he
that
played
they're
better and he scored. I mean, his putting looked pretty bad. Like I think he needs to work on that a little bit.
yeah,
But the swing, I mean, AK's always had a solid swing. Um, I mean, he made some really good. It's That's a tough week. I mean, it's really windy. You got to be able to control your ball flight. It's a rough week to start. I mean, the course wasn't extremely difficult, but the conditions were. Um, so
yeah,
yeah, let's just wait. Let's pump the brakes before we start like overreacting too much. I mean, I know the media is just like they love that he had a terrible week, because it just makes it look like Liv is more of a joke or something, and that's their narrative. So it's like, oh yay, like this just proves it's more of a joke, and it's like, nah, not really. Like, I mean, he had a stretch
yeah,
where I mean he's 1 under through 11 holes, like, you take. I mean, he's also just had a couple bad stretches of holes where he's 5 over par through three or 4 over par through two. Like it's hard to if you're not making a lot of birdies to recover from that, and that's what happened. I mean,
yeah, yeah.
yeah,
And I watched some like post round interview with him, and he was saying that he was over despite the scoring that he had. He was pretty happy with how things went. So like it
yeah,
just tells you he's pretty close to making that move. But I think that lives best. Liv's best draw right now though is Joaquin Neiman.
dude, he's
He's I mean, watching those highlights, it was just yeah, he was just tore it up,
like, how do you not
tore
want
it
to
up.
watch him in a major? Like, how do you not want to watch him like dueling on like if he gets in contention Sunday at the Masters, like he
Yeah,
is, I would say, easily top 5 player in the world right now. easily.
Yeah,
And I don't
yeah.
think that's like
Don't
too hot
dispute
of a
that.
take. Like, I mean, I
No.
mean, he won the Australian Open. He's won 2 LIV tournaments. He just got the exemption into the Masters. They announced yesterday he got the exemption into the PGA Championship. Like, they announced today the whole LIV Golf is not going to get official World Golf Ranking points. That ship has sailed.
Mhm.
Greg Norman was trying. Official World Golf Rankings are like, we don't care. Like, screw you guys. So Greg Norman's like, whatever. I'll just like get a good relationship with these major championships and get my guys taken care of that are the best of the best. So I mean, if Joaquin Neiman comes out and wins the Masters, I mean, official World Golf Ranking looks like crap, and I mean these majors are just gonna start letting all these LIV guys in because they're proving that
Yeah.
they're top of the top, right? Like if these guys don't merge together, I want to see them compete against each other because I want to just end this conversation of like who's the better tour and like who has the better players right now and who has more talent. Like let's just
Right.
play like Ryder Cup style, like LIV versus PGA Tour and see what happens. Like if you're not gonna
That would be
merge,
pretty cool. Yeah.
I saw like some news that said PIF was they were just like whatever, like I don't really want to pursue this whole PGA Tour thing anymore, so they might be pulling out of like a merger and because I know they wanted to make that happen, but I don't know, I feel like they have a good enough product now to where they're better than the PGA Tour right now, and I don't know, I feel like both just it's just like golf just feels in a weird spot right now. Like I don't really like that what LIV has done. Like I don't like that LIV has taken all this talent from the PGA Tour because I'm a fan of the PGA Tour. Like I grew up watching the PGA Tour. I mean, I I used to like religiously watch every Sunday with Tiger, and I was like on the edge of my seat. And one of my students yesterday, shout out Buzz, he was saying that like it's just all the drama and the intensity and like just the kind of anticipation of what's going to happen next has just been like wiped away. Like there's like you didn't even want to like take a bathroom break before because you didn't want to miss a shot before you could like
Right. Right.
TiVo or like pause the TV or something, or before streaming
Yeah.
services. So it's just gone
Yeah.
now, and it just
Strategically.
yeah.
Yeah. Strategic bathroom break. Yeah.
Yes, yeah, you had
Uh,
to, like there was some strategy
yeah.
involved. Yeah, way more strategy. That's kind of going into guys playing on Sunday right now and trying to win the tournament.
Yeah. Right. Right.
But no, I don't like it. I feel like golf is just kind of a little damaged right now, like a little fractured. Like, yeah, YouTube golf is doing good, and we're all about that, and we've talked about our support for that, but it's not the same. Like we're talking the
Yeah.
best players in the world, like top of the top, at the top of their game. That's why the majors are going to draw so much attention, but it just sucks. It's like, what are we only going to look forward to watching like 5 tournaments a year now, and that's it? Because I got to use
Yeah.
my media
Right.
guide to figure out like who wins every week, and like, I mean, I got to get up at 3 in the morning to watch LIV because they're in Saudi Arabia or like I think they're in Japan uh, this week. Yeah, they're in Japan this week,
Yeah.
so another kind of weird time frame thing. But I don't
Yeah.
know.
Yeah. Definitely.
I'm
Is.
annoyed. I'm annoyed by it.
Yeah. Yeah, and I'll go back to like my final word on it is like I'll go back to what I said in episode one, that it's just like for me the like watching the Jeddah tournament, it's just like who cares, like, there's no history like there's no,
Yeah,
like, to me that's huge.
true.
And like there's a like cognitive dissonance where it's like, yeah, it's like I want to watch golf, but it's like and it's like they're good, but it's like I don't really, like it just seems a little soulless at this point.
Yeah,
But I don't know. I don't know. But then on the other hand, it's like you have the PGA events where it's like, yeah, you need your media guide to like see who's playing. So it's like just in a bad spot.
they're
I mean,
both. Yeah,
yeah,
they're
like I
both
said,
just
it's
like
just it's as
it's not
simple
the
as
most
that.
like desirable product right now. Like it's,
Yeah,
um, but if we have maybe we're just overreacting because it's been like a rough couple weeks. Like the Mexico Open needed the media guide for that. Need the media guide for last week. Um, we're getting into a good stretch here. The Masters is like just over a month away, which is just I'm super excited for that. Obviously, I know everybody is like who isn't. Um, so maybe we're just overreacting, and then we have a really good week at Arnold Palmer this week, and then the players is awesome too, and we're just like, yes, like we're back.
Yeah.
But it's just been a slow start to the PGA Tour, it seems. Maybe like Ricky Fowler said something about them needing like an off season to just kind of build a little bit more anticipation, like NFL has and things like that. And I thought that was an interesting take to where it's like, maybe it starts this week. Maybe the off season ended. We just forget everything that just happened. Sorry, Jake Knapp and Austin Eckroat.
That was
these guys.
That was the equivalent of that NFL preseason. Like exactly. Spring training, baseball spring training.
Right, exactly. Yeah.
Your mic all right?
Yeah, I just sat on it. I'm just getting all flustered. But in Rory, they said this on the PGA Tour today, or they said this on Golf Central. They said, Rory, I feel like has just been using these last few tournaments as like his training camp and his spring training. I'm like, oh my gosh. So you guys are basically just like confirming what everybody's feeling, that these tournaments just suck. But I don't know. Maybe, again, like I said, we're just overreacting. Let's just forget everything that's happened. Let's just, boom, it's the offseason. Preseason's over. Week 1 starts this week. Set your fantasy lineups. Yeah, keep an eye out for the newsletter, everybody, this week. We've been doing really good with that. Joe's killing it with that. The claw ball wait list, get on that because that drop is coming very soon. It's our biggest restock that we've done since the claw ball launched. I've got a bunch of content coming on that with the latest YouTube video. Yeah, Joe's got the claw ball there. We're losing Joe with his feed here with his video and audio. So we're gonna wrap up, guys. This was a good episode. Hope everybody enjoyed this. We're hoping. I feel like we're really desperate for Full Swing to be really good. If you want to jump in the Discord and kind of talk about kind of what you think about Full Swing as you're watching it. We'll be in there kind of hanging out this week, helping people with their swings. Go ahead and join there. And then, hoping for a good Arnold Palmer this week. Good LIV tournament. Maybe AK can break 70. And, that'll be positive. So, thanks for watching, everybody. Peace out, Joe. I'll give you a shout later. We'll talk to you in the next episode.
All right. See you guys.